or a group of housewives in a remote, far-flung community, made by hands, artisans, handcrafted, they would have more value for the US market.
So dapat nandun yun sa packaging somewhere. It should be a conversation piece.
Yes, I was looking at some of the products already displayed at the other hall, and I can see some of them already have incorporated those stories. So the Americans, they love it. They love, they love. No, what I mean by stories is stories behind these products,
Right.
and what they represent.
Piece.
What they represent. If this product is made by communities, that by buying this product you support these communities, they would love it. They want to feel good while buying these products that sometimes they don't really need, right?
So yung mga fair trade,
Yes.
na products.
Exactly, fair trade, ecologically fair, fair resource, ecologically friendly, environmental friendly. So the second point that I will touch on, and this is very real for some of our food exporters, I will give an example. Bago alamang. So,
Nakaban
diba?
pa ba? Nakaban pa siya?
Sadly, until now, I think still on that list. So this is from the U.S. government. I think the NOAA, the National Ocean, I won't dare try to give the whole name, but basically, their BIFAR are saying that when we harvest the shrimp fry, the bagoong alamang, there might be other creatures like sea turtles that are also captured and maybe killed off in this process. So we are trying to explain now to the U.S. government that this is not the same technology as using fine sieve nets used by trawlers or like maybe tuna fishing. This is very like fisher folk living in coastal areas would harvest this manually, and this is not in any way affecting other sea creatures. So it would take, I guess, some more time. But in the meantime, I think let's look at opportunities that this would probably bring out, because the Filipino Americans, they cannot eat kare-kare without their bagoong, di ba? So I saw I saw products like vegan bagoong, not coming from vegan, but VEGAN. So vegan bagoong, I think made from coconut sapal. And so and then I've tried it. It's very good. It's passable. For vegan kare-kare.
So kamatch niya yun.
So I think this would lead to opportunities like that because we have to fill a gap in the market.
Yeah.
And this is just as an example. So bagoong may be there as the first one, and siguro I'll mention it again. Also, the other one is the recent ban on our condiments like lechon sauce, banana ketchup. But it is already addressed. That's a good part of the news. Although the issue there was some of the ingredients that we use, like potassium iodate, bromate, which I understand the industries here use because yes. Actually, my son, he's taking a biochemistry. He explained it to me. We use potassium iodate in the Philippines because it evaporates on a lesser scale. So, hindi siya nauubos. Di ba? Pag matagal na naka-display sa product, minsan mababa na siya doon sa full, di ba? Kasi nag-crystallize, nag-evaporate. So, that's why we use potassium iodate versus the other potassium iodide, yes, which is more acceptable to the US market. So I guess some companies have already made reformulations, and I think shipments have already resumed to the US market. So our kababayans in the US can still enjoy their Filipino spaghetti this Christmas time.
Pero hindi pa rin bagoong, no? BIFAR, I think, is already working with the DTI on some protocols. So for our fisher folks, right? Okay, so that's the segment on sustainability. Anything more on sustainability?